Hey guys, welcome to the Sim Racing Paddock. I'm William Marsh, and this is the final race in our Sim Racing System Mazda MX-5 Cup. In this race, we are going to be racing at one of my favorite tracks, which is Red Bull Ring. This is the shorter variant. This is going to be the variant that is, basically, it cuts the track in half, essentially. Should be a very, very fun race, and I think it's going to be pretty competitive. If we look at the standings, we are deep in the top 10. If I remember correctly, we are in 8th. I just clicked the wrong button. So if we go to MX-5 Cup standings, we are in 8th place in the championship, 3 points behind Andrew Karen, who is in 7th. So we have a chance of getting lucky 7th in this race, and I'm excited to see how this goes. And then Kevin V, also one of my friends who's recently starting his channel, he is hot on my tail on 10th place, or in 10th place. Feasibly, there's a chance. If I have a horrible race, he has a good race. He's been getting, on average, it looks like it's been a mix. It's been a mix of results, but on average, he is scoring higher than me. So he just needs to score 23 higher points than me, and he gets a good finish in the championship ahead of me. We don't want that to happen. So we have roughly a half hour between right now and when the race starts. So let's get some practice in, because I think I'm going to need it. So let's jump in the Mazda MX-5 Cup. And then if we go to our Red Bull Ring national layout, I believe it's going to be fast track to start off. Let me make sure my shifter is mapped properly. Button 1 and 2 button on the Heusinkveld shifter. That is good. Also, one thing you'll be noticing, guys, is I have the other cam back. So I have my wheel cam working, functional again. I recently was able to get a new it was a new USB hub, which allowed me to have more devices plugged in. So I can have 2 webcams at the same time, and maybe I can get a third for the pedals. So I might see about doing a pedal cam, but also I don't want to overload with cameras. It's the racing that your guys are coming to see. So let's get some driving practice on the track, see if we can indeed get a good run going. So hopefully everyone is having a good week so far. Things have been going pretty well on this end. All things considered, I have nothing really to complain about. Actually, one thing I will complain about is the way that Assetto Corsa handles audio and stuff. So I have to select Rift Audio and go there, and let's see. That should be good to go. Except, why is game capture not working? I was having this issue before. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm really able to sell anything at this moment in time, but yeah. I'd recommend looking at a local Craigslist. Look around local Craigslist, and you should be able to find some good options. That would be my personal recommendation. So let's get this started again. Also, I forgot to share in my group, so yeah. But hopefully we'll get more people watching, more people signing up for the race as we get closer. Why is this audio not working? Hold on. Audio. Set it to Focusrite USB audio. Yes. Driver changes. So. Okay. So let me check something real quick. And go to playback sounds. Also, that's camera settings. So let's just. Yep, it is working. Default device. That should be good. I don't need to worry about camera properties at the moment. Sheesh, they popped up a couple times. And again, okay. Interesting. I got that sorted out. And then audio device. Let's make sure default device. We'll make sure that it is focused right. There we go. Jump in. And we will get some laps to practice. Okay, so something is off. Why is it chattering like that? Something's acting up. There we go. It said, of course, the game capture is working, but the audio is off. We had this glitch earlier, so let's go to Realtek High Definition Audio. At least we're sorting this issue out before the race, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna need to replug my mic or my headphones into the computer. There we go. And then properties. Realtek High Definition Audio. Hey John, yeah, that was fun racing. Hopefully we can wrap off this season pretty well. So hold on a sec. Need to fix devices. Speakers, test. Yep, that's good. Turn on display capture one more time. Yep, I will see you on the grid. I need to get a little practice in though before running. So turn off display capture. But yeah, I need to figure out. Okay, that sounds much better. But we need to change the properties in this. Speakers, there we go. That is maybe a little on the louder side. Let's see. Check, check, check. Okay. Let's take a look at the audio levels while driving now. Add another liter of fuel. Yep, that is definitely right. So let me know how audio levels are. Let's hit the track now. It's about time. 10 minutes and now we're hitting the track. So I believe right now I'm running the baseline setup. We'll see how this feels, how the car behaves. Just get an idea. And then get some heat in. Audio is good. Thank you, Dark Eminence. Thank you for that. So, if you guys have watched my Heusinkveld, or not Heusinkveld, my Open Sim Wheel review, and also looked into my OSW setup guide, you can see the setups, or the settings I'm using. I think I might have modified them a little bit. I forget if I actually updated them at the moment, but the feeling of this car feels a lot better than last week. Just being able to be a little smoother in my driving and not as erratic, it really, really does play a huge role in just being able to handle this car better. Hey, Key 20, how's it going, Kevin? Nice to see you in here. I saw that you were just 2 points, or not 2 points, but about 23, 25 points behind me in the championship. With all due respect, let's try to keep it that way. But yeah, trying to get a handle for this car. Again, driving with this MX-5, you really want to keep the momentum up. You want to keep the momentum up through the corners, not screw up too much speed off, and get good corner exits. That's like the keys to this car. Dujon, do you mean my setup info for what I am using with my hardware? That's in the description. That is in the description for the stream. But yeah, I'll just give a quick rundown to anyone who might be new to this channel. I am using an open sim wheel large midge based SimuCube setup. My review on it is available in the channel. I am using the Fanatic converter, which allows me to use Fanatic rims and buttons on it. So I'm using that with the universal hub right now. I'm using the Heusinkveld Engineering Sim Shifter Sequential. I have the Heusinkveld Engineering Handbrake that is not used in this car. And then I am using the Heusinkveld Engineering Sim Pedals Pro. 59.4, okay, I'll keep that in mind. I don't think I'm getting that high. Well, that's a 101.7, so we have some room for improvement. So, my open sim wheel settings, I have it set to 100% strength in SimuCube. I have it set to 900 degrees of rotation, because Assetto Corsa, it does do a good job of automatically setting degrees of rotation in the cars. So you can just set it to 900, or some people, they'll set it up to 1080 to try to simulate road cars. And in the background, you can see my cat in the webcam. He just walked behind me. That is my orange cat, Chester. A little off topic, but yeah. So, getting back to my open sim wheel settings, I am driving with the 100% strength and profiler. I have my SimuCube reconstruction filter, I believe, set to 5. My SimuCube reconstruction filter is set to 5. Actually, I've been hearing some recommendations to set it higher. 5 is what I'm feeling comfortable with right now. Basically, SimuCube reconstruction filter, what it does is it will sort of upscale, upconvert the different force feedback forces, the different lower frequency forces, and it will allow you to convert that into higher frequency forces to be utilized more effectively by the open sim wheel. So 1 is the quickest, the least amount of upscaling. 10, I believe, is the highest with the most intense reconstruction of the forces and the frequencies. The downside with the reconstruction filter is it will introduce a little bit of lag, maybe latency lag, so there's that. So 5, I feel, is a good balance. It gives a good feeling through the car, so I have that. There's also the center frequency filter. I have that turned off, so you don't have to worry about that, at least for me. In the other filters, I have its damping set to 2%, or damping set to 2%, friction set to 2%, and inertia set to 3%. And then all the direct input effects I have set to off. So that's my settings in the SimuCube. So hopefully that helps. You were asking about that. But yeah, I'm feeling like we could push harder if I want. But Key, are you getting that 59-second in race trim or qualifying trim? I'm curious right now. Oof. 100th off my best time. At least we are putting decent laps on, I think. We'll see how it is during qualifying and race. Throttle, throttle, throttle. There we go. Little understeer. But yeah, getting good exit through these corners, that is key to being able to drive well through this. bogged down a little bit there. So it sounds like Kevin might be a little quicker. We'll see how it is in race conditions, though, because practice is one thing. Race can be an entirely different ball game. So I'd love to hear your input, guys. What do you think of this new camera? What do you think of the return of the wheel cam? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Would you like to see more like a pedal cam? Let me know. Personally, I am liking it. I need to figure out some settings, though. It seems like the white balance between that camera and this camera is a little off. But hey, that's just a subtle detail. I have 2 or 3 other cameras I could use also theoretically. But I think my personal max would be 3, I think. I don't think I'd want to use more than 3. Okay, so our best lap time with that was a 1:0.403. So let's check out the setup shop, because there should be something here, I think. So 58.9 according to Check Driver. So we can take a look at that. Download that. There's also a Red Bull National base setup, rating 5 stars. We will take a look at that. And then we can hop out of the car, load up on his setup, and see how that performs. So we can go into setup. Red Bull Ring, Wolfenmark. That is the setup. That should be a base setup, so we should get a decent feeling of how the car performs and what to do. Except that is almost no fuel. So I guess that's a qualifying setup. So let's add a, or let's see. Yeah, that's not even enough time to make a lap. So what are they thinking with that? What are they thinking with that setup? Saving it with just 1 liter? That's funny. So let's see how this setup behaves, if we can get a better time. So that shadow is a little too late of a breaking point from what I'm noticing. Also, one thing I'm noticing off the bat is this setup is easily a little looser than the other one. Not too bad, but it is a little looser. So it is 5:47 right now. We'll get maybe 2 or 3 laps to test out this setup, and then we will need to hit the lobby. Go. Let's see how this goes. Whoa, that car really likes to rotate through that corner now, which is a good thing, but it'll require me keeping on my toes. So we'll have to keep that in mind. So it seems like the suspension tweaks are okay, but dang, we are a second off our best time. Hopefully that's just because of cold tires. That was an intense slide through the final corner. So let's see, now we have more heat in the tires. That was a much better first corner than last lap. Only 1/10 off this time. We are getting a little greedy on that final corner. We'll likely have to be careful in race conditions. Oh, so close. Trying to figure out where I'm losing time. I'm not fully sure. That's one of the toughest things. Might have been a little late to the gas right there, but it's a challenge. Yes, sons, I am ready. It's gonna be intense. A little wide there. I was almost faster with the baseline. Well, Smooth7, thank you for that donation. Thank you very much. Always appreciate you, but I appreciate my viewers more.
Hey, Big Daddy. Always appreciate you.
Yep, I do have that text-to-speech going, which, if I remember correctly, Gamer Muscle, he was the first person to donate with that text-to-speech, and of course he trolled me because I trolled him. Also, shameless plug, if you haven't seen already, if you type in Sim Racing Perspectives in the YouTube search, you will see their latest podcast, which stars me and Gamer Muscle. So that was exciting. But we need to hop out, and we need to go to the lobby. Should be exciting. It really should. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little optimistic, but hearing that Kevin is capable of 59.4, that is 0.8 of a second faster than what I got with my best lap. Granted, I've improved a second over my previous practice session, which is nice, but we will need to see where to go from there. I'm a little nervous, to be honest, but hey, we'll see how it goes. And now we get to see how many people are signed up so far. We have 42 drivers entered. And Austin Oganowski, he is in this race. Oh boy. That's going to make things interesting. And Eduardo Sa, he is pretty freaking fast. I will say that. So. Yeah, so Transwarp Hub, or Transwarp Hub, sorry. If you go to assetocorsa.com/competizione, you can check out the new pricing model for ACC. Basically, it is going to cost 25 euros for the first and second releases. So for the initial release, it is going to be 25 euros or 25 pounds. Actually, how about this? I'm going to pull it up right now. So we can go to, pull up a tab, assetocorsa.net/competizione. So we can go there and we will see if you click on roadmap, the prices are unveiled. So roadmap, come on, here we go. So early access release 1, that'll include the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 and the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. 24.99 euros. So it is 25 euros for the initial release, and the second release, which will add the Bentley Continental GT3, Misano, as well as virtual reality support. So I'm assuming a lot of people are going to buy it for the VR support, either in the first release or second release. And that second release is October. On November, there's going to be a price increase from $24.99 to $34.99. And that release will also add in the BMW M6 GT3 and Circuit Paul Ricard. So this is going to be the first release with the $34.99 price model. And then also that will add the Endurance 3-hour and 6-hour layouts, basic multiplayer, and pit stops. So keep that in mind. That is the first date that the price will increase. And then Early Access Release 4 will add the Ferrari 488 GT3 and Hungaroring. So that is going to also be under the $34.99 model, and that is coming out December 12th, 2018. And Richard, thank you for that subscription. So Early Access Release 5 is €44.99, €44.99, and that's going to add the Jaguar G3 from Emil Frey and Zolder. So you get that and the enhanced multiplayer, so keep that in mind. And then Early Access Release 6 and full game. So from Early Access Release 5 and 6 is $44.99. And then my assumption, what my guess is, in Q1 2019, full game will release for €49.99, or roughly the full price, $59.99 US dollars. That's my guess, but keep this in line. Or keep this in mind. Buy on Steam at any time at the indicated price and get all previous and next Early Access releases, 1.0 version included. So if you buy all the way back on September 12th or October 10th and before November 14th, you get the full game for €25. That's 50% off. That's going to be basically 50% off of the what I'm guessing is the final game's price, or at least it's €20 lower than Early Access Release 5. I think this is the smart approach. I think this is a relatively smart approach where, of course, you are getting that trade-off. You buy in early, you get limited features. You don't even have an endurance event. So keep that in mind. You don't have the endurance racing. You don't have VR on the first release. So this is cheap at first. This is cheap at first. And then seeing this jump to $34.99, I think it's somewhat justified. I think it's going to be somewhat justified. With this, you get the beginning of multiplayer. You get endurance races. And at this point, you'll have 3 cars, 3 tracks. So there's that. And then in the next one, like the next jump, you get the enhanced multiplayer, hence the price jump, and you get more cars. So I'm comfortable with this. Of course, I'm going to buy in early. I'm going to jump in early, and because I'm going to generate footage for you. But yeah, so I'm excited for this. I think they actually chose a very smart business model for this. What do you think? Let me know in the comment. And I know I structured that a little bit like a video. I did structure that a little bit like a video because I'm actually going to pull that spot out of my video structure. I'm going to pull this snippet out of my live stream, and I'm actually going to make it into a video. So I've seen other people like Jimmy Broadbent, or actually Luis Rossman, who's a tech repairer. He does videos like that, so he'll pull out a small portion of it into making a video. So I'm going to do something similar. So yeah, would I recommend Assetto Corsa for PS4 without mods? Well, I'm thinking some of you might be surprised. I have never played Assetto Corsa onto consoles. I've still never touched onto consoles. I want to try it out soon, though. So I will try it out sooner rather than later. And I'll see how it feels. I'll check it out, I'll test it out, and maybe I'll do a follow-up review, because I do have my review of Assetto Corsa on the PC. I've never touched it on the consoles, so maybe doing a retroactive review, because I know that a lot of good content is available for vanilla Assetto Corsa, but how does a pared down Assetto Corsa without mods and everything feel? So we'll see how it is. I have no clue about multiplayer. Again, as mentioned, I've never played it. So, we'll see how it is. But yeah, now we're focusing on the race session. Wait, shoot! I forgot to turn on crew chief. Hold on. Yeah, I always forget to turn on crew chief. Let's turn it on real quick. Remind me later for the update. I know you guys keep on asking me to do crew chief, so is that of course a crew chief?
Radio check.
Okay. The NGT pack from Race Sim Studio. I'm excited for that too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I remember there were a couple great R-Factor 1 NGT mods, so it should be exciting to see how NGT for Assetto Corsa will be. And also, I think that mod is coming to R-Factor 2, because I know Race Sim Studio, they've talked about the idea of porting their content over to R-Factor 2, so that should be exciting. Okay, let's try something.
E10, yellow flag, watch out.
Okay, yep, crew chief is working. R says GT1 for R Factor 2. If they get the sounds right, oh my god, I'll be so freaking happy. Also, guys, remember, shameless plug. Next week, the next season of Sim Racing System starts. So next week is the next season of Sim Racing System, and I'm going to be using the RSS GT1 mod. RSS GT1 mod, so if you haven't tried it out already, I recommend you check it out. I wholeheartedly feel that it is worth the money, and it should make for some exciting racing. However, I do want to warn you, we are not going to be using the Ferruccio 57. We are not going to be using the Ferruccio 57 because that car has been regarded to as sort of an unfair advantage, so we are cutting that car out. So we will keep that in mind. I think personally I'm going to be using the Shadow. I like that car. It fits my driving style well, so we will see how that goes. So, trying to think if there's any setup I need to make, like any adjustment. I want to get a slightly better turn in. So let's see how that is. But yeah, Saline. It was kind of funny because if you guys remember my roommate Brian, him and I were hanging out last night, and he actually did some testing. I got to talk him into driving out some cars. So yeah, he got to drive the Saline. I had him drive the VRC Formula North American 99, which I think is honestly becoming one of my favorite cars in all of sim racing. But yeah, so should be exciting. Maybe someday I'll try to make a video seeing we can get Brian to turn a half decent lap. Yeah, over project cars to public lobbies can be a mess. Ooh, we got a little wide there. Thankfully, that was just the out lap. We hadn't actually started a lap. I mean, if you get a good group of racers, it can work well. But you need a really good group of racers. That's the problem. I love Red Bull Ring. It's one of my favorites. It's deceptively difficult, I feel. There we go. My goal is to finish maybe 8th. Am I gonna review V-Rally? Possibly, but it doesn't really look like a serious sim. from early impressions, I'm not really excited about it.
That's a new fastest lap for Oliveira, 1:00.6 seconds. P4.
Okay.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Oh, a little loose there, and
Car
that
left,
did not work.
clear left. This lap won't count. Watch those track
V-Rally is a
limits.
fun
Leader's
sim.
just done a 59.4.
59.4, dang.
Your right sides are cold.
Okay. I just realized you couldn't see my speedometer, so I'll move that right there.
10th position. Yellow flag.
Let's get a good lap going. KH, what's my opinion on the level weather effects in night in ACC compared to other sims? It looks like it's well done, and it's tricky though, because the thing is, with a racing sim, looks are one thing, but we're more like intrigued about the idea of feeling. We want it to feel good, we want it to be believable. So we'll see how that is. But yeah, I'm excited.
That's your fastest lap today.
Finally into 59s! Finally!
You've just done a 59.9. That puts you 0.5 off the pace. Alright, well, we estimate you've got
But
5
we're
minutes
in
of fuel
11th place. Jeez. This is going to be a difficult race, I think. Does anyone have an idea on where I'm losing so much time?
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
I don't get it.
You've used half your fuel. Sector 1 time's okay.
I mean, we're going to improve this lap at least, which looks nice.
Good lap. That's your quickest today. That last lap was a 59.7. Clear right, P11.
I'm guessing this is part of it because everyone takes a wide entry, gets on the throttle, gets a late apex. Hopefully I have enough gas for one lap. We'll see. More gas, less brake. If only it was that easy. If only that was easy.
That was a 59.8.
So close. Oh, Stark, I'm sorry to hear that, man. My tip is jump into the server. Like, so sign up and then set up your practice or whatever. So let's see. Let's turn down the pressures a bit. Because we need some more heat. And then I want to check something. Why is my dash not working? let's do that, and then Assetto Corsa. Let's see, is that working now? No, it isn't. What happened inside Sim Racing Channel? Basically, they kind of sold out and kind of, I don't know, like John Sable, he apparently wasn't making enough from the new owners and he had to go back to his old job. Okay, let's try this again. So lower tire pressures will mean we can get more heat in the tires initially, and maybe more grip. We're gonna get 2 laps. 2 laps to set a better lap. Little CPU stutter right there. Dang it. And one of my fears is if I take that final corner in 4th gear, I think I would bog down. 3rd gear might be a little high on the power band though, so...
The leader has just done a 58.7.
See what we can do. I'm guessing this lap's gonna be slower because we still don't have the heat in our tires.
Sector 1 time's okay.
Little late on the throttle there. Oh, so close.
0.2 seconds. You're now 1.5 seconds off the leader's pace. Checker flags out. P11.
I don't think we're gonna get a better lap. We botched that last corner.
Sector 1's quick.
Don't go too wide! Oh, that was close. We are improving a little bit. I don't know if it's enough. Oh, 1/10. 1/10. Man. That's brutal. Brutal, I tell you. I can see Johnny's only a couple spots behind us. Oh, man. So, Kevin, looks like you qualified 10th? Looks like you qualified 10th, I think. Oh, boy. This should be good.
That's the end of the session. P13.
I'm excited for this. So, let's see.
20 minutes. Okay, Will, get ready.
Okay, I'm overloading my tank because if you guys remember what happened in the last race, I do not want that happening again. I do not want to run out of fuel on the last turn again, because that cost me 3 spots. And oh my gosh, if I lost, or if I didn't lose those 3 spots, I think we would have been in 7th place going into this final race. So, Oliver, that is a tricky question. That really is a tricky question because I still love the PlayStation version. The PC version I've been having struggles with. I've been having struggles with the PC version. And I haven't tested out the new patch yet. I haven't tested it out yet. but I know it's a bit of a pain in the butt. But let's focus on the start of this race real quick.
Green, green, green.
Dang it, I thought we got a good start.
Yellow flag, caution.
Take it easy. People are going to be overly aggressive next corner, I think.
Clear left.
I just don't want to get hit again this race.
Left side, clear left.
Because it seems like every race we get hit, and that damages my car.
Okay, Will, still there. Still there. Clear left, on your left.
Okay, we got a good run there.
Clear left.
Oh, I'm so happy I didn't get hit with the corner cut right there. So we're in 13th.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
A little loose there. Just gotta take it easy. Let these guys wear out their tires. And we can start capitalizing, I think. Hey, this is the best start we've gotten in an SRS race so far. We haven't been turned, we haven't been wrecked. Oh, big wreck, big wreck.
The leader has just done a 58.9.
Jurio, check out Gamer Muscle's channel. He recently did a video talking about that, and I kind of feel like I agree with him on that. You don't have a good feeling of the edge of grip in F1 2018. Bill, I don't have room for an H-pattern shifter on this cockpit, unfortunately. I would love to use an H-pattern shifter. When I get my SimLab GT1 Evo, I will be using an H-pattern shifter with this car. Actually, the series will be over, so unfortunately I won't have the time to, but yeah, I wish I could use an H-pattern. I just unfortunately don't have the room on this cockpit for it.
Right side tires are cold.
Well, of course they're going to be cold. This is a clockwise track. It's always a struggle for the inside tires for going whatever direction around the tracks. It's going to be cold. But I just couldn't figure out how to get the proper heat in, unfortunately.
Sector 1 is 1.1 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.1 off the pace.
Oh, a little loose there. Trying to close in because Kevin, he is four positions ahead. I don't know if that's enough for him to pass me in the championship, though. I want to get every position I can. But you can see I'm heel and toeing, so I am trying to be authentic with that.
Will, track limits, come on.
Whoops.
Yellow flag.
That guy goes way too wide out there. That must be breaking track limits or something. Tap the brake to get the car turned a little through there. Chief, what's the captured car behind?
1.3.
Okay, car behind's 1.3 seconds.
keep it smooth. 15 minutes left.
Yeah, Bill, this is a very fun car. Great way to learn driving
Yellow flag.
technique.
Watch out.
Jurio, I think my answer to that is a step sideways. It's a step sideways. With ACC, they're learning how to capitalize on a new engine, so I don't think they're ready to unveil the SDK for modders. I'm thinking maybe Assetto Corsa 2, which I'm hoping comes out in a few years. That might give more open-endedness to the sim. Okay, we're pushing. We'll see what happens. Guy 2 cars ahead just hit that bump hard, so he's going to lose a little ground, I think.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. P11, that was 59.6.
Let's get a good run off.
Left side. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left. Well done, Will. Good pass. Nice front.
There we go.
Yellow flag. Caution. Car left. He's still there. 10th position. Hold your line. That's good consistency. Keep it up. Still there. Clear left. Car right.
Oh! Oh boy, that's a
Still
battle.
there. He's still there. You're in the middle, 3 wide. Clear left. Clear all round.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Oh, that's some good racing. Great racing right there. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yellow flag.
A little late to the throttle there. I don't... Chief, what's the car gap behind?
Off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.3. Off the pace. 0.3. P9.
Chief, what's the gap to the car behind?
0.3.
I got a little heated there. Need to calm down a bit. Man.
That last lap was 59.8. Yellow flag. Caution. Sector 1 is 0.8. Off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.3. Off the pace.
Guy behind me ran a little wide. Let's get the turn in. Looks like the 2 cars behind me are going to start battling. I like seeing that.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate. The leader has just done a 58.6. 29.7. Okay, Will, you're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel. 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
Like, Kevin, he's in 5th. I do not like seeing that.
Sector 1
I do
is
not like
0.8
seeing Kevin
off
in
the pace.
5th.
Sector 2 is 0.4 off the pace. The next car is Moraes.
Chief, what's the gap to the car ahead?
Speak more clearly, I can't hear you.
What's the gap ahead?
2.9.
3 seconds, okay. Chief. Chief. What's the gap to the car behind?
1.1.
That's what I like hearing.
Yellow flag, watch out.
Yes, you can tinker with this setup in this
The
series.
leader's just done a 58.5.
We are using a slightly modified setup I got from the Setup Market, which is a third-party app for Assetto
That lap was
Corsa.
at 59.5. That's your quickest lap. Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.2 off the pace.
You cannot tinker with the gear ratios for this car, though. This is a fixed gear ratio series, I believe. Which is one of the frustrating parts, because I would love to have maybe shortened the gears a bit.
Just done a 59.7. Alright, well, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. E9.
Sixth is unattainable. Yeah. So we lose a lot from these cars because of that. Chief, what's the gap ahead?
2.9 seconds.
So literally no change between me and 8th.
You've got half your fuel left.
So we're good on fuel at least to the end. Chief, what's the gap to the car behind?
0.5. Yellow flag. That
Okay.
lap was at 1 minute.
Oh, he's closing in. It's just me, or are we closing in on those two cars further
Second
ahead?
off in sector 1. Sector 2 is 0.3. Off the pace. Yellow flag.
I'm hoping they battle.
Keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
This is close though.
Just done a 59.7. You're a second off the pace in sector 1. Sector 2 is 2/10 off the pace.
Dang it, bogged down the car a little bit. Did not want that. But Chief, what's gap behind?
0.6.
So I've gained a 10th. That's nice.
We've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
F1, there is the Crew Chief app. I'm running with Crew Chief app. It has different voices that can serve as the Crew Chief.
You need to push if we're going to hold this position.
I'm pushing.
That last lap was a 59.8. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. P9. You're a second off the pace in sector 1. Sector 2 is 0.3 off the pace.
F1, this is Assetto Corsa. Oh, he's getting closer. Dang it. Come on. Tires are starting to fall off a little bit. Need to pitch the car in a little more, maybe get a little more slide. Let's see what the gap is right now.
That was a
0.3.
Yellow flag, caution.
Get a better runoff here. Chief, what's the gap to the car behind?
0.5.
So I think I'm better in sectors 1 and 2. He's better in 3. That's my guess.
Yellow flag, watch out.
Oh, that was a little too aggressive. He might get a run
Just 2
now.
minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Car right. Still
F1 is live. I do have triples. You can see the side monitors, but I like having a little more GPU overhead to be able to live stream, because you need to allocate some GPU resources to be able to actually transcode in real time for live streaming. So that's why. But oh my gosh, this battle! It is insane! But also I like having the side screens to manage the stream so I can read chat and stuff.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Yeah, Jurio, I realized that I was doing some capturing earlier in VR, so I accidentally forgot to turn off the virtual mirror. Oh, big wreck, big wreck! This is gonna reshape the entire race! Oh my gosh! This guy must have some damage right now. But do I have time to get that other position? So we're in 8th right now. Can we finish in holy 7th? He has a run.
Car right. He's still there.
Final lap!
P10. Still there. He's still there.
Okay. Oh!
Still there. Clear right.
He just tried running me off the road. I don't know who that was, but
5 minutes of fuel remaining.
I was pretty far left. I'm sorry about that contact. It was just I'll take a look at the replay after.
Yellow flag.
I mean, I feel kind of bad about that. I was trying to hold my line on the outside.
E9, that's the end of the race. Never mind.
But hey,
Car left.
did we finish 9th or 8th? I think we finished 9th. Oh, that was intense though. I'll look and see the replay. I mean, I'm not gonna reserve judgment until the end. So, crew chief sounded disappointed. I mean, I'm slightly disappointed in myself. So, we finished 9th. Not bad, not bad. So, while we are waiting for the final results, while we're waiting for the final championship results, let's watch that replay. That was an exciting race, and for almost the entire race we didn't have much damage. So we'll take a look at the replay. So we can go into view auto saved, save selected, KS Red Bull Ring with the Mazda MX-5. But oh my gosh, that was yeah, that's the thing I love. We were racing for like 9th place. We were racing for like 9th place, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, this is going to be the final race, guys. So only race for the day, and because we are just doing this event. So let's take a look. So going into the final lap. Actually, no, let's go a little further, because going into first corner there. So I'm turning in here. How much RAM does my PC have? 16 gigabytes, 16 gigabyte DDR4 RAM. So towards the front, we're going to see on board here. Boom. I don't know fully what happened, so okay, so they collided up there, and it shot them both in way too early. So we passed this guy right there, and we're closing in. So we can fast forward a bit. And then coming on to this final corner. I'm really pitching the car in, because I'm starting to lose my tires and stuff, so there's that struggle. This guy, okay, I want your ruling on this. So in real world racing, this would be deemed illegal, I believe. This would be illegal, I think, because he's off the racing surface. I believe he's off the racing surface. He's like, yeah, like it could be judged the curbing is in the racing surface. For me, I kept on trying. I wanted to keep it realistic. I wanted to keep it realistic. So that's why I always kept the car from going off. But yeah, I guess if that's off limit or not off limits, he has every right to exploit it. But I felt like I didn't want to do that personally. So here, he's on my inside. He's on my inside. So here's the moment of truth. So this is my first time seeing it. So I'm over all the way on the curb. I am braking late. I might have turned into him a bit there. I think I turned into him about, like, I turned into him there. So, that's tough. That's tough. Where, but also at the same time, that's so confusing. Because I don't see him making the corner that way. Look at his trajectory. Look at the trajectory here. So, brake, brake, brake. And he turns left instead of right. He's going left to swing out. Did he just not think I was there? It just seems like his trajectory. He couldn't have possibly made the corner. Because right here, you need to be turning in. But he's literally going straight. That's my thought. He would have run wide if I hadn't turned. And then... did he pass me all the way? So, bumper, 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 still in line, still in line, still in line, technically. And it's a responsibility of the person passing not to cause the impact. So, we'll look at his steering. He's number 71, so if we go... here we go. So jump in here. So here's his angle. Thanks, Bill. I had a lot of fun doing that podcast. So let's see. In slow-mo. Actually, we need to go a little further. Slow-mo. So he's still on throttle, throttle, throttle. Now he brakes. Straight, 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 straight. Starting to turn in, starting to turn in. Yeah, I'd say it's just a racing incident because the thing was the lap before we did it, or a few laps before we did it clean. A few laps before we did that maneuver clean, and then here he just runs me off the track in retaliation, and I guess that didn't work well for him. But yeah, I'd say it's a racing incident. But what I'm curious about is a few laps before. So let's go back to me. So here's me. I want to say it's around here. Or no, maybe here. One of these laps, we're fighting. And he tries that move, and here, okay. So similar move. And that point, he's pretty clearly ahead of me. I mean, it's about the same. I'll say that. So here... so that time, he braked at the proper point. That time, he braked at the proper point. So here, he braked before the 50. So... yeah, it's a like tough part. I'm gonna call it racing incident, but yeah, there is like, I don't know if he got psyched out or something, but here this was clean. This was clean. So it's a tricky thing. But yeah, bottom line, this was a fun race. This was a fun race, and I guess it's one of those things where realistically, it is battling. This is final lap battle, and we're seeing here. He was never fully ahead. That's the thing, and like, that's one of the tricky parts of racing etiquette, because you can always look at it in 100 different ways, and come out with 100 different judgments. But bottom line, this was great battling. And it was fun racing, at least. This was a fun battle. We raced clean, and we pushed hard. This was hard pushing, and Bottom line, like, I ended up on top in that scrum. It could have easily been the other way, and I ultimately ended up in 8th place. We ended up in 8th place, and man, this was a great way to cap off this finale. This was a great way to cap off the finale. Let's take a look at the final standings, because they should be here now. So look at the MX-5 Cup standings. And Red Bull, okay. Oh, snap! We beat Kevin! So, what happened? How'd I beat Kevin? He got 89 points. I got 76. So, he got 19 points. He got 19 points, and I think the only reason I beat Kevin would have been because I did one more race than him. I got one more race in than him, and that's why I beat him, I think. So, close battle, but I thought I was going to get 7th. I got 6th. I am happy with that. Top 6 result. I will take that. I will happily take that finish, and oh man, this was so much fun. This was such a fun series with the this Mazda MX-5 Cup. I'm really happy with the result, and just so many fun races. Just thinking, Okayama didn't go according to plan, with me getting, I think, spun or wrecked twice or 3 times. Brands Hatch, that was a fun race, and that was Kevin's first race in the championship. He has a nice video recap if you check out his channel. It was pretty fun, especially seeing me get, I got rejected like a 17-year-old at the club, as he mentioned, I think. And then Paul Ricard, that was my worst race, and Kevin, you really closed the gap there. Paul Ricard was a nightmare for me, and I'm happy to put that in the rearview mirror. And then Silverstone was okay. Nothing great, just okay. I had a few good racing moments there, which was pretty fun. But this race really went well. And if you look in the back right there, that is my cat Chester. You can see in the background again. So all in all, great series. Guys, remember, next week is the kickoff of our RSS GT1 Championship. This series should be so much fun. It's a challenge. The cars are tough. A good variety. Different cars going to be catering to different driving styles. So yeah, same time, same place, and different series. And should have some fun tracks. I just sent him my list for tracks, and we'll see how it will be. So it should be a very, very exciting series. And yes, same time for kicking off the races. So remember, I believe it's the Ferruccio 57, or it's one of the Ferruccios that will not be allowed in the championship. I think it's the Ferruccio 57 because that car just has such a crazy advantage. So we will have that. And the season after that, I want to either push for the Formula, the 1999 IndyCar champ car, or I am going to be pushing for the, the Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus 003. So, right, Masterful, that should be good. First race that I'm wanting to pitch, let me take a look real quick. Let me check. Okay, so let's see real quick. So from my track list, it looks like one of my tracks got rejected. So let's take a look. Let's see. But for first track in the championship, it should be the Nürburgring Grand Prix. First week next championship should be the Nürburgring Grand Prix. Okay, so Dark Inmates, if it's a 550 Ferrari, then it could be the Ferruccio 55. But yeah, so guys, this is a great championship. Thanks for watching, and man, we had a great fight back up into almost the top 5 for championship. And yeah, I had to miss the Road America race, unfortunately, because it was me testing out F1 2018, or else I could have been in the top 5. Who knows? But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting SimRacingPaddock in the championship. And next week will be awesome. Next championship is going to be awesome. Thanks for watching. I'm William Marsh for the SimRacingPaddock, and you have a good one.